Hi everyone. So I'm here with my pot this is my historical vessel that I was working on before we left, and campus was closed. So here's my historic vessel, and I was really smart. I left mine on my desk out in the classroom just covered in plastic. Mine was not in the damp room, so mine dried out quite a bit. You might be in the same boat, so I'm going to show you guys today how to rehydrate your clay so that you can continue working on it when you think that it's dried too much. And this really only works in the greenware stage, but I'm going to uncover my vessel and I'll show you what I mean. So I can't take my finger and push a fingerprint into the clay, but I can take my fingernail and dig little half moons into the clay. This is not really that great for taking fresh clay, like a fresh slab, and attaching. No matter how much I slip and score, this is too wet and this is too dry for it to get a really good attachment. So I'm going to be struggling a lot if I don't do this rehydration process. So all you need for rehydration is maybe some paper towels, if you have paper towels, or some strips of newsprint. This is totally fine too. Or if it comes down to it and you need to use printer paper, use printer paper, whatever works. So I'm going to take my paper towels and I'm going to take my water bottle and I'm going to liberally soak them with water. And again, if you don't have a water bottle, you can take some clay or water from a bucket and flick it onto the surface. Okay, that'll work just fine. Okay, but if you have one of these, it'd be great. And then I'm going to spray the piece inside and out pretty liberally. What I don't want is, if you can see on the inside here, what I don't want is a lot of standing water at the bottom of my vase. The bottom of the base is going to soak in all that water and then it's going to become very, very soft down there. So you don't want standing water in the very bottom, but you do want to get quite a bit of water around the top. Next, you take this paper towel and I'm going to press it up against the surface. And I'm going to work on the working edge of my pot. A little bit more water. The reason why I'm only wrapping the working edge of my pot and not the bottom down here is because I don't want the bottom to become so wet that it can't support the structure of the height that I need to make my pot. What I need is that working edge, the edge where the clay, the fresh clay, straight out of the bag is going to attach to that leather hard or over leather hard clay body down here. So that's my working edge. So once I have it fully wrapped, you can see I'm kind of pressing it up against the sides. I can add a little bit more water. And then take your trash bag. Take your pot, put it inside the bag. Get the bag up close against the surface of the pot all the way around and get that air out of there. And you can even take a wet sponge just for some added moisture and put it inside the plastic, not in touch with the actual piece. Then what you need to do is you need to store it in your damp box. So I asked you guys last time with Satin Amper Studio, either you can use a damp box like this, which is just a Tupperware container with a lid. I sprayed it with water, and then I can put this in there to rehydrate for about half an hour. Or if I don't have that, I can use a trash bag inside a FedEx box or some kind of box that you have. Again, spray it with water and then put your piece in. So I'm going to put this here. Leave it for about a half an hour, maybe 45 minutes, check on it. If you notice that your paper or the paper towel has started to dry out, add more water to that, wrap it again, and leave it in there. What you want is you want to be able to feel a difference in the surface where you can actually kind of dig in really well with your thumbnail or even get a little fingerprint on the surface. It's a slow process, but if you just go slow, try not to add too much water at a time and maybe do it in increments of 45 minutes or so, you should have a workable pot in about, an hour and a half to 2 hours. Okay? All right, guys, that's how you rehydrate your pot. Please email me if you have any questions or if you're running into problems, and bye.